best of 3, so enjoy.
Don't start yet, please.
Richard, you missed it. I called your match. You've been DQ'd.
What the fuck?
You'll play next.
Oh my god, I went to get my camera for 1 second.
You're fine. Okay.
All right, recording's on. Sound works. Ready when you are.
All right. Richard, do you want to commentate or you want to take pictures? Okay. Let me get Richard on.
Richard.
Thank you.
Tag, or do you prefer Richard?
Here, just break this.
Yeah.
Here, let me get them started because they can't hear me. So. They can't hear me. They have noise canceling headphones on. All good? Ready to go? Yeah. All right, you can just start naming them on. All right, good luck.
All right, and we are off on this
Wow,
GeoGuessr tournament.
Hopefully it works. Starting off in somewhere. So this one's interesting, actually. So you have the long lines, which are more indicative of like Norway. This is definitely not Norway. Looks like Netherlands, actually.
Yeah, is that a yellow plate I see?
Yeah,
I
there's
do
also one of the
believe it is.
bollards on the right. Well, they're both looking the same direction. You get that in a couple of countries, but this one makes the most sense, Netherlands.
Now, really quickly, I'm looking at the contestants here. These look like 2 new names to the GeoGuessr tournaments here at Games.
Not true. Mana's new, but Soup has been in before.
Yeah.
We've played before. But yeah, this should be Netherlands. So let's see where the guesses come in. They're both kind of looking around the right area, not narrowing directly on the right country, but close enough. I mean, there's no multiplier, so it's not a big deal. Let's see where we go. I should also set it up so it's the other map type because Poland has disappeared from the map, the word.
You know, usually it's New Zealand that disappears from maps.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's just the name. So we have Mana in East Germany and then Soup in North France. Soup's going to be a bit closer. It was the Netherlands. That one was a more, not obscure round, but it was a little different than you usually get. This one should just be the U.S. The U.S. is notoriously difficult unless you have some obvious clues, and I don't think there are any here. So there's a chance it's Canada, probably not, but maybe like southeastern U.S. I'm really
thinking
not
like
sure.
like southern
Eastern.
Appalachian somewhere,
So we have Soup going
perhaps.
East Tennessee, which I think is reasonable. Mana looking at the West U.S., I'm not super confident in that. Going up into Canada even.
In a mountainy area, it's
And
definitely not
it's-
mountainy.
It is West Tennessee, I believe. Barely.
Barely.
So Soup with some pretty good points there. Getting the right state even. What do we have next? We have a mural. That's cool. This one I'm interested to see if they get. This should
What are
be
some of the first things that you're looking at here?
the ground, the general vibe of this. I mean, my first thought's Bolivia. So you have the short license plates. You have that says Potosi. Potosi is a town in Bolivia. So I mean, I just
You know
clicked
where
there.
that is?
Yeah, it's like south
Oh, okay.
central Bolivia. And I want to say these like hexagonal tiles on the ground. Those are more there, but that's not real. But yeah, the car, the Google car as well, is this white one that you have in the back, and you get that in Bolivia among other places. But
And Bolivia is one of those places that has some of the highest elevation in the world, right?
Yeah,
So you
so
can see a lot of elevation.
you do
here,
see some
so.
mountains. I think Soup went North Argentina, which I don't think is.
I mean, that's
too
pretty
bad.
close to Bolivia. So,
Yeah,
you
let's see
know,
where
if you
Mana
ask me.
goes. Also looking at Argentina, actually. Going a bit
Kind
more
of a
south.
flatter part.
So Soup's going to get points here. I think that was in Potosi even. So yeah, Soup with some more points, getting relatively close. We're not at multipliers yet, but 2 more rounds until we do. That might be pretty big. This one is interesting. See, this is one of the ones where...
You know, when I was doing practice with you yesterday, I was sad when I was getting unpaved roads.
Yeah, so the point of this map is that you're no more than 2 kilometers from what is considered dense coverage. So generally you have some more urban areas or like less middle of nowhere. So there is stuff here. You're not in like a middle of the desert or something. This one could go several ways. This could be like Chile or New Zealand or I don't know. You have the sun in the north, so you should be in the southern hemisphere. I think both
Well, we're
players
both
are
in
in the
northern
north hemisphere.
right now, yeah.
So I think this is probably not going to be
Gonna
a
be
lot
a
of
wash,
points.
yeah.
Yeah, there should not be a lot of points here. I don't know where Soup went. I want to say U.S. That was South Chile.
That was so far south.
Mana ran out of time, but it didn't
At 20
matter.
points, it's fine.
It did not matter. So yeah, that was very, very South Chile. That's an interesting one.
It does matter for the
For the multipliers, we are
yeah.
closer. This is 5Kable, technically. This is just going to be Sweden with these short lines. There was a road number and some towns and their distance markers.
Yep.
So both players are in Sweden.
They are going to look for.
Yeah, you're probably not going to find this Hospo thing, but the other towns on that distance marker you should be able to find. Given
Yeah,
that
you're
they're
probably
so
going to want to
far
look at
away.
the biggest
Yeah.
distance away because that's probably the biggest
It
city.
should be a major city, yeah. But they're both in Sweden.
Well, we got one
Soup's
in Denmark,
If it's
actually.
North Sweden, Mana gets okay points here. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, hey, we have multipliers, so points are
Not
coming
a
in.
flawless victory.
Not a flawless. And hey, this can easily turn around with another rough guess. So we'll see. This one, that's just Japan.
Do either of these players know Japanese?
There's like no info here for Japan, to be fair. So have fun. Soup is in Hokkaido, which is the North Island, and Mana is in Honshu, which is the main island.
Still could be. Yeah.
Going more north, so I don't. Not a lot of points. It was in Hokkaido.
Ooh, very nicely
Is
done.
that enough? That is enough. So Soup is up 1-0.
Nicely done.
That is the first match.
All right, match one is done, but it is a best of three,
is best
everyone.
of three.
So, yep,
You're good to start, yeah.
yep. And we're basically just going to be rolling
Yeah.
right into these matches.
Mana needs to hit continue, and then it should, yeah, rejoin.
Rejoin.
One
Yeah.
game one.
Oh, hold on.
Hit rejoin.
Soup, one game one.
Okay.
One game
Soup did. All right, good enough. Soup had a little bit of advantage, but like 5 seconds. This is going to be Nigeria. You have a police car following you, and you got that in Nigeria. Kind of simple.
Kind of simple if you know it.
Where
you know?
specifically, I don't know. It's very dry, so I'd want to go central or north, but I mean, there's really not too much here to go off of. Soup was in Kenya, is now in Nigeria. Mana's in Senegal. It is North Nigeria, so Soup starting off with some decent points, actually.
Good
Wow.
start.
Okay. Let's see what the next round brings. We have some
You can read
Cyrillic
this.
here. Yeah, that doesn't really mean much, though. Question is this Russia or Ukraine? Should be Russia, given the lack of like anything on the license plates. There's like a Ukraine flag on Ukraine license plates that you can sometimes see. One good thing in Russia is to look on which side of the road the cars are meant to be driving on. So if like the steering wheel is on the right, they're Japanese imported cars, and you get those more in the eastern part because they're closer
They
to.
just ship them
Yeah,
straight from Japan.
they're closer to Japan. This in particular, I have no idea. Russia's fairly difficult. Mana over in Kharkiv in Ukraine, which is, I mean, pretty much on the border, but this should just be Russia. Oh, it is Max East Russia. Okay,
Whoa.
over in Vladivostok. So basically no points there, but yeah, that's around where the cars
Yeah.
were very, very likely Japanese imported. We have language here.
Yeah.
That just says Montenegro. So
Well,
if you know where that is, I think you
that
just
makes
click
this
there and
one
move
easy.
on.
Yeah.
I want to say Tivat might just be a town.
That says Porto. Does that mean port? Perhaps.
Probably, most likely, yeah.
So it's got to be on some water.
Mana
I would
doesn't
assume.
super know where that is. Soup is in Montenegro, so this might be it. If Soup
Yeah, I
doesn't-
think this could spell
or
it here.
Mana's close enough that it shouldn't be game. Oh, it is. And quick
300 points.
Quick
Very
2-0 from
nicely
Soup.
done by Soup.
And that'll be that for our first match. So, congrats to Soup for that one. Next, we'll have Richard and Wander on stage. Have fun. I can hold down the solo comm, don't worry. And then we have the other matches going in the back of the room. Honestly, because this is single elim, we're gonna make good time. So I think we'll do first round off stream if necessary, and then everything else should just be streamed. Like there's there's not enough matches, so we'll be good to stream everything pretty much.
Wander.
It's fine.
What sort of pronouns?
Just go without for now. All right, so going in here, we have, ooh, interesting. This is almost certainly Europe, but there's nothing there. There is a little bit on the license plate. So typically, you want to look for like the blue strip on the license plate just to know you're in like an EU country. But somewhere east makes sense here, like maybe more south. Richard looking in Austria, which I'm not confident in. It was just North Macedonia. They kind of just split the difference on that. Richard getting a little bit of points, but not much. Yeah, I was going to say Eastern Europe makes more sense there. Just kind of the general vibe. What about this one? Again, Europe, we have these huge poles that have holes in them. The large ones are almost always going to be in Romania. You get them as well in Poland and Hungary, but the very large ones, like the very chunky ones, are in Romania. So Richard's in Utah for some reason. And Wander does get close enough to do some major damage. So, actually, wait, are these feeds correct? This one is interesting. This is either Kenya or Costa Rica. It was Kenya, and the DRC guess is correct. Let me take a look real quick. I think these feeds are reversed. I think the feeds are.
Oh, did they like misjoin or whatever?
Yeah, let me check.
It was correct last time.
I'm like 90% sure the feeds are swapped. So Richard should be. Okay, sorry about that. I believe the feeds are swapped. So Richard should be on the right game and vice versa until we get them swapped. Yeah, this one's just Sweden. They're both in Sweden. Cool. It was much closer to Stockholm, and I think that's enough points for the first one. Yep. Hang on one second. And they started. Okay. Well, I trust that it's right. Or I trust that we get them swapped. So, anyways, I'm pretty sure Richard won that first one. Here we're going to be in the Dominican Republic. You have these bars on the car, and they have like a rubber inlay in them. You get them in. You get those in Dominican Republic and also Mongolia. This is not Mongolia by any means. So, this is just the Dominican Republic, which is in the Caribbean. So Wander, which should be on the left, is in Bolivia. Richard is going in Guatemala. Guatemala also has the bars, but it's not the exact same bars, but has the right idea. Yeah, there are a lot of countries that have their own specific car meta. This is not one of them, actually. You have this big blur on the bottom, but this is just the newer coverage that Google has done. It's called Small Cam, and a lot of countries have it, so it's not really particular to anyone here. This one's interesting. You have like more European style houses. The guardrail is a little weird. It's just like a square stone. My initial guess here is maybe like Slovenia, Croatia, but that could be very wrong. I'm not sure. Let's see where they go. So we have a Greece guess. That is the same feed. Yeah, it's being fixed. Okay. Is this right? It was Austria. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. Okay, I believe the feeds are correct now. This looks right. So yeah, Richard's ahead. as we go into Czechia or Slovakia. These bollards are both. Okay, Richard knows. He went right in the middle of the two. This is probably more likely to be Czechia, honestly, but it's hard to tell. They have the exact same bollard, and they look fairly similar in some points, especially like the hills. Like East Czechia and a lot of Slovakia have hills. Looks like Warner didn't get their guess in time, so I think that'll do it. And that was the game, yeah. So all right. I don't think anyone from the back has come back yet. So, and conveniently, the other person who's helping out has their match. So, I'll do my match, which is against Soup again.
Oh, yes, because you had a bye because you are our winner of these last few tournaments, Swoos.
Thanks for letting me know.
All right, and Swoos doesn't know how to read a bracket. He only knows how to play GeoGuessr. So we are going to be
No.
taking a look.
It's because the feeds were swapped.
That's because
So
the
I thought
feeds
the
were
right
swapped.
person was what a. So Mana, you won. Okay, so we play.
Oh boy. I'm excited.
All right. Let me click for damn sure the feeds are fine.
Yeah.
So my side, so the left feed.
The one,
Or no, I'm wrong. This is correct.
Yeah, this is correct.
Yeah, so I'm going to the side that has the feed.
Yes.
yeah, now we have Mana versus Swoos. We will see how they end up doing. Does anyone in the audience want to come join me? Soup, you want to join? Come on. Come on, you want to come commentate? Anyone else? Yeah. Come on over. We have Oklahoma here, the 20. Swoos might actually try to find the 20 in Oklahoma. You know, we all know our U.S. states. We all live here.
What's up?
So, you know, we're going to maybe try to find the 20 in Oklahoma. We have Mana over in Oklahoma City. This is not going to be a lot of points. This is the first round.
Yeah, that is the Oklahoma State
Yeah.
shape, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the good thing about a lot of U.S. states is if you're near a road, it'll just show
It'll just tell you where
you
you're
are.
at, yeah.
Oh, there's the 44. That's actually probably an
yeah,
actual
that's
highway.
very useful.
Oh.
As
You know
someone-
where this is? Oh, okay.
Did you live near I-44?
Yeah.
Oh,
All
wow.
right. Yeah. So if you know exactly where this is, you can judge how well these two are doing. I think Swoos is going to try to 5K because obviously both players know where these roads are.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Or they know what the roads are, so they're not going to get any extra information.
Mm-hmm.
So Swoos is trying to line this up. Swoos gets pretty close. Very nicely done, but again, not a lot of points for this first round.
Yeah, good attempt by both players.
Yeah. Oh, we have some short plates with blue on both
This
sides. That-
feels America to me,
Yeah,
but
so
also not.
Blue on both sides means it is Italy. So
Oh,
we
okay,
will
okay.
notice that.
Oh, Wonder J.
Wonder J?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got Wonder J here commentating with us.
Mm.
And how's your event been so far?
Yeah, it's
Enjoying the
been
first few
pretty-
days?
Been pretty good. I did a commentary for a run earlier today.
Yeah. Which run was it?
Pipistrello and the
Oh,
Cursed
and
Yo-Yo.
the Cursed Yo-Yo.
Yeah. Good game, in my opinion.
Yep. Looks like Swoos getting Italy here, and then honestly not that far away in France is
Oh,
Mana.
yeah.
So nicely done.
Oh, is that a Tetris piece?
Yeah, probably. Looks like, you know, we are in North America here. As someone that grew up in New England, you know, this looks very New Englandy to me.
Yeah. It's got very nice fall colors going on here. Smith.
Swoop's trying to dox me here, guessing within 30 minutes of where I used to live in New Hampshire. And it ends up being Maine.
Oh.
But yeah, both players not that far off. Even, you know, upstate New York there looks like that too. So I don't fault them for getting that. So that's a very good guess from both players.
We got English on the sign
Got to
there.
keep right, yeah.
This seems very America
Oh, yeah, this seems very, you know, like Western somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I only know really Northeast and New England because
I
that's
would-
where I've been my whole life.
I would assume this is like the Colorado area,
Okay.
based off my limited knowledge of the area.
Yeah, this is definitely very plainsy turning into mountainy.
Yeah,
You
could
can
be Kansas.
see on the horizon there, yeah. Yeah, it does look like there's like southern mountains there, so that's kind of interesting.
Hmm.
You know, we are in Wyoming, the middle, smack dab in the middle of Wyoming.
Nice. That's gonna be a hard one to get.
Yeah, now just trying to see what that says.
Yeah, I can't tell.
Hers,
Is there
First
going to Europe
Golina?
area?
Croatia. All right,
Oh, okay.
very nicely done. Now Mana is still holding on here, so
There's still a chance it can turn around.
yep.
We're at the 1.5 times damage. Oh, we're at 2x now. Is that T and L dealer?
This looks like a very small. I don't know. Is it? A small town somewhere. I feel like it's Canada, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not so sure.
Looks like Mana's thinking it's the U.S. somewhere, perhaps.
We got a road. RD,
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a rural area, wherever it is.
for sure.
So he's guessing in Oregon here. Iowa, I don't know, I feel like there's not enough corn here for Iowa.
Yeah.
It does end up being Canada, just
Does-
over the border.
Below Calgary.
Yeah. Very nicely done. 1-0 for Swooze. And we are going into our second game. All right, let's see how both of these players end up doing. We have an unpaved road.
It could be anywhere.
Oh, yeah. Really, the unpaved roads are the bane of my existence because I try to use the roads a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right. Both players in Kenya here.
Wow.
And
Very
right in between
close.
them, yeah. Mount Kenya National Park. I don't know
That's-
if we could see Mount Kenya from there, but
That's very funny.
yeah,
Oh, that's a beautiful place.
yeah.
Lots of trees.
Quite mountainy as well.
Very
Pretty hilly.
like very rural for sure. You're not gonna be any near big cities.
Yeah, we'll see where this ends up being. Obviously, in Europe, there's a lot of cities everywhere, really, in Europe. So
Sure.
could be anywhere. Sue's trying to look at the copyright date here to try to get a little bit more clues as to when the Google car drove this area. Not sure if it is much of a help because we didn't zoom back in on the map. It looks like we're just going to be sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Western Italy, in the closer to the close-ish to the Alps, like the end of the Alps. And
Gravel road.
yep. I think Swiss tried to look at the sun really quick. I think the sun was in the south, so. No, I take it back. The sun was in the north.
Oh yeah, you can't. There is a compass up there. I
southern
forgot
hemisphere.
about that.
Yep. So it is the southern hemisphere. Unfortunately, Mana is in the northern hemisphere, so this is going to be the wrong hemisphere.
Oh,
And 1,800 points for Swoosh.
that's gonna be big.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Swoosh is kind of far too, because 5K is the maximum you can get. So losing out on potential 3,000 points there.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in the.
We are in Bangladesh.bd there.
Okay.
So .gov.bangladesh.
Nice spot.
So we'll see if Mana knows where it is. Oh, nice
Spotted.
last second from Mana getting to see the BD there. So we'll see who's closer. It looks like last second they
Ooh.
swapped down, and nice swap there, mitigating some points. Swoosh getting the right city. Very nicely done. All right, and here we are. Swoosh looking at a water pull there. Mana trying to read this text.
I think it's a phone number. So if you know your phone number international codes, you might be able to get some information from this.
Yeah. And we're seeing this feed, and we have it in, essentially a quarter of the size that the players are seeing. So
Yeah.
they're definitely going to be able to see probably better than we can. And I mean, my glasses are pretty thick, so I can't see.
My
as is.
glasses, they need to be wiped out for sure.
But yeah, let's see where Swoosh decides to go. Looking to be in South Africa, and
Okay.
very nicely done. Swoosh with a nice 2-0 victory. Congratulations to Swoosh.
Congrats.
All right, Wander J, would you like to join Swoosh for commentary for the next match?
Are you going?
I'm going to take pictures.
Oh, well, might as well, sure. Hello.
Hello.
No.
What was your match?
Mine hasn't happened yet.
Oh. Yeah, you're actually going to play Ultra Robocats on stage. Convenient.
What are your pronouns, please? Okay, thank you.
What was your match? You won?
Ultra Cats. What are your pronouns?
Thanks. Yeah, we're just going to do the rest of the matches on recording, so easy.
Okay.
I got yours, yeah. You won 2-1? Okay, thanks. Oh, 2 up? Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2-1.
Okay. You're good. Do not deprive them of the one game.
True.
All right. Yeah, if once they get settled, we'll be ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
They can't see me. They still can't see me. Thanks. Oh. Yeah, that was a fun round.
Yeah.
I got to use the Bengali alphabet knowledge I learned like 2 days ago. So.
Ooh, nice. Came in clutch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Website was got BT.
Yeah, the thing above it had the town name on it. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how I got the right town. All right, let's get going between Twinkachu and Ultra Robocats. What is this? Should this be Romania again? We have the whole big holy poles. Rest makes sense.
Does that 32 mean anything to you?
No, I think it's just a house number.
Okay.
So we have two very different guesses. We have Romania and Colombia. This is going to be Romania. So big points out the bat. And that is right. Very Eastern, but still pretty big points. Yeah, so there's 6,000 points. So that was a lot of those points. This one's interesting. Sun's in the north.
There's a lot of wide open space, but very sparse trees.
Yeah, there's a chance this is like South Africa.
Yeah?
I think that makes the most sense. Maybe like South South Africa, or like near Cape. You get kind of some mountains. You get them kind of all over, but let's see where they go. I'm interested.
Or think about Europe over on Ultra side.
Yeah, I'm not the most confident in that, but especially because the sun is fairly far north. So yeah, Twinkachu's looking at South Africa, which I think is more correct. There's a chance this is like Eswatini, but like shrug.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a big thing in South Africa specifically is just like every house has a fence around it. There's a lot of home security. There's a lot of ads for home security and like stuff like that. So you get that.
Okay.
So we do have South Africa. Not where I would have expected, but both players in the general Southern African zone, so close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see the next one. This one,
Very hilly.
again, looks like Bolivia. You have the same car that we did earlier in that Bolivia round.
Yeah.
So a lot of elevation changes. Exactly where, I don't know. Middle of the country, probably. Not much else that makes sense here. There's a chance this is Peru. Peru also has this white car and also a lot of red brick buildings, especially these unfinished buildings, actually. I'm liking Peru more here. Just because of those. Peru has a lot of unfinished buildings. I
think
don't
the
know why, but
brick walls are, and then that brick housing.
yeah. Red brick specifically is very popular in Peru. And that also makes sense with the mountains and the car. So yeah, I'm liking that more than Bolivia here, but I could see either.
Okay.
We'll see where the players go. We are not in South America. Twinkachu going Botswana, which is notably flat. Gaborone has a little bit of hills, but not this much.
Yeah.
The car you do get in Southern Africa, so I understand that. But let's see where the guesses are. We're in Vietnam, and yeah, we are in. This is Bolivia.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. So could have gone either way. Basically, no points there. So
Yeah.
not a big deal. So we go into round 4, and it's a field. So these poles and these pole tops are fairly French. This could be France or Belgium, almost certainly.
Do they share an electrical grid?
Not that I know of, but I think they have similar pole infrastructure. So like you have these like very like waffly poles that don't have holes all the way through.
Yeah.
So Ultra going Poland, which not the worst guess. They do have some interesting poles like that. Twinkachu going Hungary for kind of the same reason, but I think this is just France. Yeah. All right, another little bit of points as we go into round 5 where the multipliers start. So 1.5 times multi here. Let's see what that turns into. This should be somewhere Scandinavian. So Norway, Sweden, Finland actually. Well, I got the other one.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, Finland has the street signs with a TIE at the end. That
Oh.
means street in Finnish, I believe, or some sort of that.
Okay.
So you get, you're almost guaranteed to be in Finland here.
I would have read that as TIC.
Yeah. So Ultra going Estonia, kind of between Estonia, Finland. Now looking at Finland, which I think is more accurate here. Let's see where Twinkachu goes. Also in Finland, so this should be low points. They're in a little bit of different spots, but depending on where it is, it probably is not going to be a lot. But yeah, so we have solid guesses here.
We're going across
Going
the
across,
pond.
yeah, so it was just Finland. Not a big deal. Low points regardless. Even with the multiplier, a little bit of damage to Twinkachu here. So we'll see. What is this?
The recycling
no.
bin looks interesting.
What is this?
No markings on the road, which
Yeah.
I think that has to say something.
Maybe. My first thought was Canada,
Yeah?
but it's like north.
It's in confirmation from the audience that it is Canada.
I mean, it maybe it makes some sense, but there's like a weird chance this is like Finland again. I don't think so.
That would be
I-
really funny.
I would personally go like North Quebec here.
Yeah?
The wider road makes sense for North America. You have like a 2-lane, relatively rural road. The poles and all like the fixings on the pole make sense for US or Canada. They're both in South Quebec. It was Nova Scotia, so I thought both were in. That's enough points for Twinkachu to take the first game by getting the right country there. So
And we're moving on to
we go
game 2.
right into the next game. Let's see what we get.
One game one?
Twinkachu did. All right, starting off in New Zealand, Australia. Australia makes more sense. Those are all eucalyptus trees.
I've not seen much of Australia or New Zealand, so I can't
Yeah.
say.
You have sun in the south here, and it looks somewhat American in a way, but
Yeah.
the trees are much more Australian.
Could easily be fooled, but like the markings on the road, just the white dash
Right,
in the
right.
middle, that's
Yeah.
very uncommon.
Australia also has fairly wide roads.
Yeah.
Where exactly in Australia, I really can't say. You have I think these are concrete poles, so that would put you more in Victoria. But honestly, Australia is fairly difficult. As long as you click a populated place and it's not the other side of the country, you're probably close.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Victoria, so relatively close to Melbourne. So not too many points, a little bit.
It hurts. You can feel it.
Another Anglosphere country. I think this is Canada again. We don't have front plates, which means that it's not Ontario or Manitoba.
The fact that there was that flag that you could immediately see made me
Right.
think it was America, but it
Maybe.
didn't have the America colors.
This is definitely Canada. I would go like West Alberta here, maybe. Some cars have front plates, so it might be a matter of just driving over the border. So I'm interested to see where they go. Unless that's like a New Brunswick crossing, or not a crossing, but like a warning thing. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, Twinkachu's looking at it.
Oh, entire center.
This one, yeah, New Brunswick, not a bad guess. It was Newfoundland.
Ah, okay.
Interesting.
It's
just-
out there.
Yeah, so again, another Canada round. I promise this map has a decent distribution that's not all North America, such as this one. This is going to be India.
Yeah.
Should just be north, like the north middle, because this is just Hindi, which is a majority of India. So Ultra looking south and also looking middle.
What makes you think it's north middle?
That's just where that language shows up in India.
Oh, okay.
Twinkachu going Bangladesh, which I do not believe is correct, but honestly, they both go Bangladesh, actually. It was just middle India, like dead center of the country, so...
It was no points anyways.
Yeah. Click the word India and you get like a 5K here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they both basically went the same place, so no points either way. Just moving on the multipliers. What do we have here? We have Spanish
Yeah, Spanish.
or Portuguese.
Italian? No. Pepsi.
They have Pepsi.
Yeah.
So one of the license plates I saw had a yellow strip on the right side, which is Portugal.
Okay.
They don't really use it much anymore, but some older cars do have it. So this is definitively Portugal, unless that car moved across the border. But no, I don't think so. The polls also make sense for Portugal. So let's see if they both go. They're both looking at South Portugal here. Which, yeah, I mean, it definitely feels coastal and kind of Mediterranean adjacent. So we'll see. It was middle. I mean, again, they're both in their same spot. So
Yeah. It's a very close game. Like
yeah,
right in the middle
definitely,
here.
definitely clutched up. This is
A lot
something.
of blur.
Yeah. There's a couple places this could be, but I mean, it's probably just India, yeah.
Like rural India.
Shouldn't be super rural, but yeah, just with this quality of camera, you usually get that. They're both in very different spots, so
Yeah.
it was very north. Was it Nepal?
Oh,
Barely
just
Nepal,
barely.
yeah. So they have, they also have this very bad camera quality in
Yeah.
most of their coverage, so that makes sense. All right. Immediately, this should just be South Africa. It does say ZA at the bottom of the sign, which is South Africa's URL code.
That's
so
interesting to me.
yeah,
I figured it would be SA, but I don't know what that is.
SA is somewhere else.
Uh,
I don't remember.
Saudi
offhand.
Arabia, maybe?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
So there are some like control cities, but they don't really matter. And Twinkachu does get the game and the match there.
Now
so
good.
congratulations. All right. Next, we are going to have Seventh Ace and Richard. All right. So we are in quarterfinals now, which doesn't really mean much. Basically, there are 7 full matches to go, and we should be good on time for that. So yeah, I'm happy that we can record most of the matches here. So that's good.
We got
Once-
7 matches left?
Yeah.
I guess quarterfinals, yeah.
Yeah, enough people dropped out that we were able to run most of these on stage. So that's good. So once they get set up, we'll get going. And they gave the thumbs up to each other, so I'll trust that they're ready to go. And here we are. So let's see what the first round brings. We have some Southeast Asian language. This is probably Indonesia.
Yeah, I'm not recognizing anything here.
Yeah, as to where, there's a lot of different things you can use for Indonesia. I would say maybe like East Java. I'm not 100%.
You got the phone number, so if you know that.
Probably not. Richard kind of just clicking in the middle. He knows it's Indonesia, but doesn't know where. And that's fair. That's a good hedge if you're not confident, because Indonesia is a very large and wide country. So, yeah, so that works. And good chunk of points versus actually guessing a specific location. So sometimes you have to do that, especially without multipliers. You could just get the chip damage, basically. What is this? This is interesting. It's a lot of brick buildings. Very hilly. I don't know exactly where the sun is. Looks north. So
It's,
this is one of those where it's like Bolivia or New Zealand or somewhere else. This one's tough. I'm curious where they go. We have water tanks on top of the houses, which you get in none of the countries that I mentioned. Richard looking at Turkey, honestly, maybe. Sometimes if you're in near the equator, the sun direction can kind of not matter or like lead you the wrong way.
yeah.
I don't know where I'd go here. They're both in like Central East Europe, which, yeah, could be. And it was Colombia.
No.
Yeah, that's a weird Colombia. That's a hard one. So I definitely would have not have gotten that. So no points, basically. Moving into round 3. And this one has stuff. I don't know how to pronounce it, but the one on top there is a very notable Chilean city. So they should maybe be able to get it if they figure out that it's Chile.
Okay.
And then maybe you can find the other one.
I do like the very nice, like, fog or clouds just, like,
Yeah.
right at eye level.
Chile is very pretty.
Yeah.
So 7th is going south. I don't know if she found the city, but Richard went Argentina, so this should be some decent points, especially if 7th Ace kind of 5Ks this almost. Has the right town, so yeah, almost. Nice.
South Chile.
Yeah, found the town that was not the major town, which is much more important in rounds like this, where there's no mileage markers, so very good guess there. Or a very good find, even. All right, next round. Should be somewhere South American, perhaps. Again,
That's what I'm thinking.
sun's in the north, very tropical-esque. It's definitely hard to see what they're looking at, because there's stuff they're looking at that I wouldn't care about and stuff I want to look at that they're not looking at. So the short plate on the car is interesting, which would lead me more towards something like Bolivia or yeah, kind of just Bolivia. It wouldn't be Brazil. Brazil doesn't have these short plates like this, and the poles are not right for them.
No, yeah.
There's like a world where it's Peru, but that doesn't really make sense, I don't think. There's some green parts of Peru that are not super mountainous, but... So, 7th Ace going Philippines. Honestly, maybe. The palm trees kind of make sense for that region. But the poles, I'm not really sure about. Yeah, it was Colombia again. They're just getting owned by Colombia.
Wow.
Colombia is very, very diverse in what it looks like.
I was
So,
surprised I was north of the equator there.
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's in the band where the sun direction really doesn't matter,
Ah.
or is kind of like intentionally, like not intentionally, but like, you know what I mean. So this is gonna be Kazakhstan. We have Cyrillic and this car. There's really nothing. The non-Cyrillic on that hotel or hospital or whatever might be a little weird, but
Like, would that be indicative of like a touristy area?
perhaps, yeah. They're both going Kazakhstan, different cities. I couldn't tell you which one this is, so it's one of them. So let's see who's closer. And okay, Ace just gets it right.
It's just right there.
Close enough to Karaganda there. So Richard on the ropes in this first match here. We'll see if he can clutch up and get it. We have Uganda actually. The mirrors and like just the mirrors visible is the Uganda Google car. In this case, you click the capital and move on because almost all of the coverage in the country is in the capital.
Oh.
So you're like never going to get anything else. Richard looking at Rwanda, which honestly is close enough and might be okay. But if Seventh Ace gets Kampala here, then I think that'll be it. Unless Richard gets it a little bit closer in Kenya, maybe. Seventh Ace doesn't immediately know. Also looking at Kenya, so they're basically in the same spot. But yeah, this is just going to be Uganda. They're close enough, but no points pretty much. Yeah, that definitely could have done it. Yeah, that is a... You don't really get Uganda that often, but it has a very recognizable Google card where it's just the mirrors. This one... We have English. And the sun's in the north.
The wall is very interesting.
I'm trying to figure out what this car antenna is. I mean, South Africa makes sense, but like, I feel like you don't get this car there because it also looks like European at the same time.
Yeah.
Richard goes South Africa. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. English, home security, palm trees, Cape Town area makes sense. So we'll see where it is actually. Yeah, both nailing it. It's just downtown Cape Town. So
Nice.
not a lot of points again. Multiplier is stacking. We're moving on to 3 times damage. So
I don't think we've seen that yet this
I
tournament.
think this is the furthest game that's gone so far. So this one is probably going to do it.
It seems like Ukraine.
They immediately see the Ukraine flag, but Ukraine's a very wide country. So if they go opposite ends and one person gets it right, that might just be it.
Sure.
I don't know personally where this is because I'm bad at Cyrillic speaking nations still, but
There's not much information to go off of
no,
where you're at.
certainly not.
You got cows.
Yeah, so I guess it's a more agriculture area, but I don't know. I think they might just both click capital here. Richard's a little bit off of capital, but yeah, I don't think this is going to be a lot of points unless Seventh Ace goes like max west and it's right, but I think this will be kind of a wash again. And it is just capital, so
just Kiev.
is that enough? That is enough.
Oh,
so
wow.
Seventh Ace takes game 1 in a click capital situation again. So moving into game 2. Let's see what we get here.
You got familiar roads, at least to me.
The yellow line with the white dashes and the black car is definitely Uruguay here. Uruguay is also, a lot of the coverage in Uruguay as of now is very overcast.
I didn't even notice that it was white markings
Yeah.
there, yeah.
So Richard gets Uruguay here. Let's see if Seventh Ace can as well. She looks like she's right at it, or at least very close. Again, in round 1, this basically means nothing.
Yeah.
They're close enough that it's kind of whatever. But this is almost definitely Uruguay as opposed to Argentina. And yeah,
They're just like right next to
90
each
points, kind of whatever. So
other. Yeah.
let's see what the next round does. Okay, we are in the U.S.
If we can figure out what interstate this is, but
Possibly.
yeah, Seventh Ace, what upset that they can't see the sign
So
right there.
interestingly, the bollards on the road are, I believe, Nevada bollards. So this should just be somewhere in Nevada. I might be wrong, and they might be like some other state, but this is Western U.S. almost guaranteed. I mean, this is kind of what the Western U.S. looks like.
The
but
fact that we are going east-west, so like means as like
yeah, it could be that road on top of Nevada, like that, whatever that interstate is.
yeah.
I think they're both in like the Utah region, Wyoming. I mean, yeah, you get the Western. I believe this is Nevada. Yeah, it is, and it was just the east-west road on top of Nevada. So. But yeah, that bollard there. U.S. doesn't really have many unique bollards, but in the West they kind of do. And yeah, that big square one was Nevada there. So here we have Turkish. Richard clicks Turkey immediately. Doesn't guess yet, but I don't really think there's enough info to get any like specific city. If you know phone codes in Turkey, I want to say they increment west to east. So this one's an 03, and this might be more western. So they're both roughly in the western Turkey area. It was the middle, so maybe 03 is a phone, mobile phone. I don't know, but they both get Turkey. Good enough. Pretty close going into round 4. Not much either direction. What do we have here? We have Spanish, I think. Well, we have yellow plates. That's probably not Spanish. Oops.
Let's get a closer look.
This is yeah, Netherlands probably makes sense with those yellow plates, or Luxembourg.
Yeah.
For some reason, I can't place the language on that, but
I know this catering.
yeah. Honestly, Dutch makes sense. Dutch is like close to English in
Yeah.
air quotes. So if you see yellow plates, Netherlands is like usually right. But Seventh Ace is kind of hedging between Netherlands and Luxembourg, and it was just northern Netherlands. So once again, a little bit of points, not a ton, but that was an interesting like industrial area that you don't really get much info out of other than the language. This one's cool. Canada, it looks like.
Looks like a big interstate.
Maybe. Yeah. Is there a world where this is Chile? Richard thinks so. Yeah, this is Chile for sure. Specifically, I would go near Concepcion. You got a lot of these pine trees there.
Oh.
But relatively South Chile is a good guess because it is not the desert, so it's not like the top half of the country. So Richard, I think, has a solid guess here. So I think it's going Ecuador, and it is, I think,
Like
right around where I
middle
said it would be.
Chile.
So, yeah, right around Concepcion. So that region, yeah, the pine trees there are fairly notable. So Richard with not the best guess, but a much better guess than his opponent.
Very suburban area.
Yeah, this is... I really like the Toronto region guess here. There's not much info, but those plates, there's no front plate on that one, which is interesting, but it might just be an older car coverage or something. Northern U.S., like northish U.S., Canada, I mean, I think that's reasonable. Michigan is reasonable as well because of the no fronts, so we'll see if it is. And it was just near Toronto, so Richard with another really good guess.
When you say no fronts, it's like no front license plates?
Right, yeah. So Ontario does require front license plates.
Oh.
And they're only one of a couple provinces in Canada that it does.
Okay.
So Italy is an easy get here, I think. Italian languages, you have the Italian front license plate that has the 2 blue bands on either side. Pretty easy. There's not a lot of info here otherwise. If you could move, that'd be some good info down there, but yeah, not much. So
Somewhere in Italy.
I would say a north-ish guess outside the mountains is reasonable. So like the valley region, which is kind of where Seventh Ace is.
Yeah.
A bit more north of Richard, but honestly, Italy's hard. It could be anywhere. And it was right up there, so great guess again. This is pretty close match again. 2,800 points to 600. Richard needs this to stay alive in the tournament, so we'll see. There's a dude on a bike, and that's about it. So...
That's a pretty good photo, if I were to say so.
Yeah. What do you do here?
I'm not entirely sure.
Once again, we are in a field with cows.
We've had a lot of those today.
Richard guessing Mexico. Yeah, I could see that. The wooden posts in the ground are very, like, you get that a lot in Latin America. Yeah, they're both in Mexico.
Huh.
Very close to each other, so... And it was Colombia yet again, so I need to just start saying it's Colombia when it's a weird one. So
Yeah.
That's 3 now for these two. But they went the same area yet again, and it was Colombia yet again. So, again, it's a wash.
And we're now at 3.5x damage.
Yeah. Once again, this is the U.S. This could do it. This almost certainly will do it.
Yeah.
pine trees like this is more southern.
It's giving
But-
Arkansas to me as someone who's
Okay.
from there.
Okay. You have these raised bumps in the road that Richard's looking at, so it definitely is a more southern state. If this is between the two, they're in the same region. Okay.
Oh,
This might not be it, unless one.
if they're
unless-
very close.
if Ace 5Ks it and Richard doesn't, it might be it. But I think this is that.
Southern Georgia.
That should be it.
Yeah,
That's not it.
Oh,
That's not it. Wow.
This is a close match,
right.
everyone.
We are going into round 10, 4x damage, and it is close.
If this doesn't do it,
So we have Malaysia here. Yeah, this is going to be it no matter what. It is going to be mainland Malaysia, which I think both are looking at. Seventh Ace is looking at Johor area, which I don't hate. I don't know where Richard is right now. He's on Borneo, which is not good because the Malaysian power poles have this little black square on them, and you only get that on the peninsula.
Oh.
So I think Seventh Ace is just going to take it here. Yeah, that'll do it.
wow.
Close one. Very, very close match.
It's very
but-
good match between
But
the
yeah,
both of
gets
them.
it with the Malaysia one. So,
Back and forth.
yeah, the closest 2-0 you've ever seen.
Yeah.
All right, next I would like Game It and Finger Quick on stage.
You still photographing?
Want to hop on? Thank you for commentary.
Finger. What do you pronounce?
Finger.
Thank you.
All right, so we have our first matchup in the semifinal set is going to be me versus Seventh Ace, and the next two matches are going to settle the other match in semis. So we have these two playing now, Game It and Finger Quick versus the winner of Yegog and Quinkachu. So we'll see how that one goes after this. And
Yeah, I saw Seventh Ace just now. So happy that she gets to play against
she's
you.
thrilled that we are
Yeah,
playing. So
really, the winner of our match got the pleasure to lose against you later.
you
so.
never know. It could be Colombia. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So
You know, if you put both of these players' names together, it's almost games done quick. There's game
Wow.
and quick in both of their
Basically.
names.
all right. So
Yep. Once you put your headphones on, you are good. Once you put your headphones on, you're good to go.
All right, let's get started with Game It and Finger Quick. All right. Let's see how these two fare. So Finger Quick did win off stream against Yoshi Pro 2-1, and Game It has yet to play
And we
since
know-
he was also floated.
Yeah.
So that looks like a Romanian flag just on that fence. So I think you just click Romania here. As Finger Quick clicks Romania here.
Yep. Right on the word Romania.
Yeah, you know, it's relatively hilly. The middle of Romania does have hills and mountains, so reasonable. Game of going Czechia. Not super sure. It was Czechia. All right, well, that was
All
a
right,
fake
well-
Romanian flag.
All right.
They just.
Swoosh sweating in this tournament now.
Ooh. It's not Colombia. All right. What do we have here? It looks like Central America, or Central
US
USA, rather.
of A.
Or Canada, even. But speed limit 30 doesn't
Well,
apply to the US.
definitely not
so
Canada anymore.
Definitely is America.
It's
And
not
yeah,
maximum.
unless you know what grows what
Now
in
these
the US.
now these roads are kind of garbage. So
They
what state
are.
has poor infrastructure here, Swoos?
I am not at liberty to say. Most of them. Finger Quick going Oklahoma. Game It looking at Illinois. I like Game It's guess a little better, but who knows? And it was Colorado. Yep,
That was Colorado.
that was
Wow,
Colorado.
that's
Yeah, I don't get that one. That one's tough.
all right. I guess the eastern part of Colorado is just flat.
Yeah, it definitely is. We have these interesting polls here, which you get in.
There's so little pole and so much hole.
Yeah, it's probably just Turkey. There, I believe, is a Turkish flag that you can hardly see up on.
They have a
that,
lot of Turkish pride there.
Yeah, this is certainly Turkey. Don't know where. Gameit's guess is as good as mine. Let's see where Fingerquick goes. Looking at
That's not-
Southeast Asia,
That's
this
not
is
Turkey.
not going to do it unless Gameit 5Ks, but yeah, close.
4Ks.
That was a ton of damage, but South
But it's
Turkey
still
again.
alive.
813 points. That's enough. You only need 1 health to win.
It is true.
We
As evidenced by that last match where neither of us had any health.
Yeah. We have Spanish here. Driving on the right, we have the antenna that you get in Mexico, Ecuador, Colombia, Brazil. So this particularly looks like Mexico or Colombia. Not much else to go off of. I guess there's a chance this is Ecuador, but doesn't really feel like it. So one of those.
Yeah, both players trying to look for some clues here.
Yeah, the general terrain kind of makes me feel more like Colombia. But who knows? Colombia is impossible. Gameit's going Colombia, Fingerquick going Mexico. Let's see who's right. It is Ecuador. The one I said it probably wouldn't be, so don't believe me. And that'll do it for game 1, actually. Gameit
All right.
winning relatively handily.
Yeah. But again, we do have a best of 3 here,
It is
so
best
we
of
will
3.
see.
Yep. They're good to go. So let's go.
So good luck to our players.
Okay, loading in here in... Is this like southwest Russia?
I don't know. You tell me. I guessed there and it was wrong.
Yeah,
So, I don't know what that area of the world looks like.
This is Russia. I don't know where. I think it's southwest. Yeah, maybe a little bit more north of where Gameit is, but I think that's a really solid guess. Moving into Bulgaria. It could be Bulgaria. A little less confident than that. It was north.
Oh.
That was a very warm-looking North Russia. That almost felt tropical, like, not tropical, Mediterranean-ish, but they both had similar guesses. They were both similarly wrong, so not a big deal. Sun north-ish here. We have Chile poles. So middle Chile, I think, is a comfy guess. Middle specifically because, again, the northern half of the country is so dry and not like this. And this looks like New Zealand. And this is probably going to be New Zealand now that I say it because they look really similar. Surprisingly, but we'll see.
Yep, looks like Gameit did in fact guess there, and it looks like Fingerquick has not zoomed in yet. So
Yeah,
this
looking
is
at Norway,
not
this
looking
still,
great.
unless this is New Zealand. It was Chile. Yeah, pretty big damage.
Yep,
Very
but
south.
no
Wow.
multis yet, so
That was a very south round. Interesting.
definitely gonna be fine.
Yeah. All right.
We are gonna have a lot of
Looking
info
at-
here.
Ukraine, I believe. There is not a town name on these signs.
There's got to be something there.
Maybe. I'm not familiar with that. I don't know if that's a road. I don't think it's a road name. Or I think that is a road and not a town. But Gameit going Kyiv, that's reasonable. It was more west.
Western,
But getting Ukraine,
still alive though.
yeah. Keeping the relatively Western Russian guess good enough. What do we have here? We have,
Calle.
we have Spain.
Tenemos un calle.
This
aquí.
is Spain because the pedestrian walk sign
There are
guy
8
has
lines.
8 lines. Yeah, Spain has the most. Other than that, I don't know. North of Madrid, maybe. I am horrible at Spain region guessing, so if I say something is probably the exact opposite.
Well, if you say the middle, it can't be the exact opposite. of
true.
The middle.
The opposite of the middle is the extreme side of it.
All right.
So.
Well, I'm just gonna guess the extreme side of Spain then.
Yeah. I think clicking middle here is totally fine.
Oh,
They're
we got
going
one
very
extreme.
west.
We got
It
one
was
middle,
very
and it was the
southeast.
extreme.
Yeah.
Turns out
See,
you were right.
I said
You were-
I said north of Madrid. It was not north of Madrid. It
Yeah.
was the other direction. So, like I said,
Just the opposite of whatever
I need
you
to
say.
second guess myself every time. Info here. Not much info here. It looks like Philippines. Or
What about the
maybe
Indonesian flag?
not. Who knows?
Is that the?
Yeah, it's definitely Indonesia.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure what side of the road we were driving on. So
I mean,
yeah,
the flag is right there. They're very prideful too.
Indonesia is very, very flag heavy. Where exactly? Who knows? Game it going Kalimantan, which is on the big island of Borneo. I wonder where Fingerquick's gonna go. Also looking at
In the
same
water?
island, looking at Sumatra.
I had a guess in the water earlier.
Yeah, I had a good guess. It was
Yeah.
North Sulawesi. Sure. That is still
Oh,
enough to do it.
very
and
nicely
that is game. 4 game it. Congrats. So with that, our next match is Yegog versus Twinkachu.
Yagong, what do you pronounce?
All right. We've got our last
Our last best
top
of 3.
8. Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, well, Twinkachu has
Yeah.
to press continue first.
Yep. I think they'll thumbs up each other. There you go. All right. Let's get going. Just hit rejoin. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Perfect.
Made it. We made it in time.
We got it. All right. Starting off here in the world.
In Europe,
Yeah. That's Italy, actually.
the SP.
Yeah, that's an Italian road sign. This is interesting. My first thought was like Sweden. So, let's see if they.
What else will they find here?
Yeah, that's kind of it.
The
I mean,
SP.
you're not going to find that road, but you can realize that that is an Italian road like marker.
Uh-oh. SP is not ES Anya.
Spain.
I mean, in English, I guess.
Yeah, you're never gonna find, because I assume there's more numbers after that 6 that are not
Yeah.
visible. So you're never gonna find this. But
That's how many Game Boy Advance SPs there are in the world left.
true, there's 6.
There's only 6 of them.
So it's gonna be like northish Italy probably. I got going Indonesia.
Well,
which-
definitely not Indonesia.
Or Brazil.
Yep.
Definitely not confident. But yeah, Italy. It was very North Italy. Pikachu getting a decent number of points there for the correct country at least. All right, next round we have fairly Canadian-looking thing.
Why does this look like, I don't know, I feel like this is like Utah or something.
There's a chance, I would say like Vancouver or like, probably not Seattle, but like, you know, Pacific Northwest, definitely. With all those pine trees,
Looks way
especially.
too clean for Seattle.
Maybe.
No offense.
Um,
Seattle.
Yeah, this kind of looks like British Columbia. The guess of California, I don't think is terrible.
Well,
it
good,
should-
because they're both going
Yeah,
there.
it looks more north, and it was Vancouver
It
Island.
is, yeah.
So, yeah, all those pine trees are very Pacific Northwestern, which you don't really get until you get like very North California, which doesn't really have any cities. So, what is here?
Cundy's Bar is here.
Is this? There's a funeral service. Is this Namibia? Or is this just South Africa?
Now, I feel like the little knowledge, aka none that I have of Namibia, there's like usually a car visible,
That-
right?
There was a beer that said Windhoek, which is
Oh.
the capital of Namibia.
Okay.
So this is going to be Namibia. Where? Who knows? I think
Right.
you're going South Africa. Yeah, I got looking in capital, so it should be a good amount of points. It was north,
Yeah.
but it was Namibia. So
Nicely done.
yeah, so Namibia, one of the countries added to Google Street View last year. I think early-ish last year. And I still never learned it. So
Yep, evening out the match a little bit as
Yeah.
well as we go into Japan here.
in Japan, basically no info to get. So have fun on this one. A lot of Japan meta is located on the power poles. There's these pole plates that are generally based on different regions. There's also the transformer placement on top of the poles and other stuff like that. They're both in roughly the same region, and it was there all the way in the
5 damage.
basically nothing as we go into 1.5x multi.
Yeah, our first round of multis here, we could see the game change if we get an incorrect guess from one of our players.
What language do we have here? There is a city name there, and it is going to be Philippines. If you can find that city that's at the bottom of that store sign, I wasn't immediately familiar with it, but I'd just be looking at that one and trying to find it.
The Philippines definitely searchable. Again, these players get to see 4 times the size of the map that we do, so
like Texabar City or something.
so they definitely have a better viewpoint.
And it was just on the main island of Luzon here, near Lucena City, in Tayabas. There it is. Yeah, that's probably not findable, but guessing near the main population in Manila is a good strategy, and that is
We got
what
a
was done.
thin road here.
This looks
Swiss.
Alpine.
Yeah, my first thought was Switzerland, but I can't tell if the car's lower.
Yeah,
or higher
I don't
here.
think you have the low cam like you would have in Switzerland, so I would lean more like Slovenia, Austria here. The houses are very like Alpine adjacent in a way. Twinkachu going Austria. I like that guess. Let's see where Yega goes.
Right on the border of Germany and Austria there for Twinkachu.
Going in North Italy, you know, it could be. And it was just neither, and it was Bosnia, another country recently added to Street View, and the one I know even less about. That one doesn't have any car meta or anything, and it's just a country. So
Just a country.
Sorry.
Wow.
it is just a country
Wow.
that it's hard to learn. Look, let's
All right.
not dwell on that.
I think
Anyways,
it's Australia.
Australia here, where. Ooh, this is going to be. What's the name of it? Brisbane area.
Now, what tips that off?
If you look on Yegog's screen, the black and white like paint on the pole.
Yeah.
If you pans left a bit
That's-
more, you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
That you get around Brisbane.
And it is wholly unique to there?
Unless I'm
or-
wrong, and that is unique to Queensland, not Brisbane, because there's like 2 different things on poles where
It's
one is in
definitely
Brisbane,
not-
one is not in Brisbane.
Definitely
but
not South
this
Africa.
is Australia, so if Yega gets Australia, that'll definitely be
Yeah,
enough.
this will be a massive
Unless he
amount
goes
of
west.
points.
He's in Queensland, so. And it was Brisbane. All right.
Oh,
Vindicated.
very nice.
So that'll do it for game 1 with Yegog winning. So as we move into game 2, we're getting longer and longer matches.
Yep, and
Yep,
good.
and we're good.
Good on them starting up this next match. Now, again, it'll probably come down to the multis again.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
what it seems like. I mean, we're kind of getting to the point where we're not really getting blown out of the water in the first couple of rounds. This one just looks like Senegal, like the big truck blur, the general like sparse
It's got
architecture.
such a chonky blur, yeah.
Yeah, and really no follow
And the
cars
nothing,
or anything.
yeah, the nothing that there is here.
So Twinkachu looking at Kenya. There's a chance. I want to say it's a small chance. That's correct. I like Senegal a lot more here, but I've been baited by rounds that look like this.
Well, we
in
have
Kenya,
a double
so.
Kenya. This is all the way east.
That was
too,
Senegal. Yeah,
So Twinkachu
very western as well.
good 40 points.
Low damage, as they both misinterpret the car meta there. What do we have here?
And Utka.
Looks
Is that like Hungary or something?
Hungarian. Yeah.
I thought
The S,
thought
the
of Utka.
SZ in particular is very popular in Hungarian. I think you get it in Polish as well, but nothing else in that like 1 or 2 words made me think it would be Polish. So Hungary
Okay,
makes sense.
yeah.
They're both in
both
Hungary.
of them are in the same area.
Yep, very south. Not too bad, especially
300.
without multipliers. So
Yeah, I think every game from here on out, nobody's going to be having a super awful guess that
I would
these
assume
first
so.
few rounds
Yeah.
would do it to them.
we do have a car here.
The Republic du
It
Senegal.
also does say just say Senegal. Do you get the right town here? Does it say the town? I don't think so.
Yeah, so I mean they're going to be looking. Obviously,
Yeah.
both players know where it is now. So
It is fairly green, so you might want to lean more south. But
yeah, they might as well try to read as much as they can here.
yeah, you do have 2 minutes for the round, but any second you give up is another second that your opponent
And that
has.
is
yeah.
so far south.
It was just south in like the one major city down there, so makes sense. Senegal green, south or southeast.
There's a lot of green in
Japan
the map
again
there.
here.
Yeah.
This
We
is
do
gonna
see
be-
some power poles.
This is gonna be Hokkaido. Those arrows on top of on one of the
Oh,
poles
that's
that
for
we saw. That
when
is
it snows a lot.
Yeah, it tells you where the lane is when it's snowing, because they get a lot of snow.
Well, I remember I've seen those videos where the snow is just piled high
Yeah.
all the way up.
Yeah, so this is going to be the North Island of Japan specifically. Twinkachu going fairly south, so I wonder if Yaga can pick up some points here by getting
There is a
Hokkaido.
chance.
Doesn't
Going a
immediately
little-
look like
little
it,
bit
but we'll
further
get
north?
some, yeah. Yep, just in the middle of Hokkaido, but neither of them got it, so not a ton of points. But that's okay. We're getting to the multis again. As we have, well, looks like a Taiwan pole paint. The black and yellow you see on Yagog's screen is you get that in Taiwan.
Yeah, and I know Japan has the vertical stripes, right? Yeah.
Yep, and then or am I wrong? Nope, yeah, because South Korea has them as well, but they don't go all the way down to the ground.
Yeah. All right.
So they're both in Taiwan.
Not much damage going to be happening here.
Yeah.
Actually, right in between them.
Basically nothing. So we're just swimming along into 2x damage now. One less than optimal guess could be it if the other person gets it. This might be an interesting one.
Yeah, we
Somewhere
have
Southeast Asia.
Yeah, we have no words here, so
Yeah,
these players going to be. Oh, I lied. We do
Eh,
have some words here.
barely. So Twikachu going immediately into Thailand. Possibly. I don't think the poles are Thai poles. Yagog looking at somewhere
The
in
border,
Borneo,
yeah,
which
the
is
border of.
it was
Malay and
Indonesia,
Indo.
but on Java. So
All right.
good
3K
chunk of points
damage.
there. Yeah, one more and that'll be it.
Yeah, but it's still one good guess from Twinkachu. Could
Absolutely.
tie this up.
This is very likely the U.S. or I suppose Canada, but it looks more around where Twinkachu
It does look like the U.S.
Arizona, Utah, New Mexico. There's a chance it's Nevada even, but with mountains or even plateaus like that, I like the Four Corners states a lot more, and they're both looking very close to the same area, right around Phoenix, and it was Wyoming. Okay,
Wyoming.
right near Utah. Not enough points. We're still in it.
Yeah, and now, I mean, this becomes the territory where it can become anyone's game with
Yeah, for sure.
3 times multiplier.
Absolutely, good info here. Can you
Kuala
make that work?
Lumpur, Malaysia,
But how
obviously.
far?
Yeah.
Because Kuantan is also on that map. It is on the other side of the country as KL.
Okay.
So maybe look for something closer first, like find Ipoh, which is in
Yeah.
up above Malaysia.
This is Yagog's game to lose here because there's no way Twinkachu can win from this with
yeah,
this much
no
info.
way. If they both go relatively south Malaysia, I think you're going to be close. Unless it's north. I mean, who knows? But it's just near KL.
Yep.
Pretty decent
And,
damage, and that
yeah,
will do it.
That
so
is, in fact, it.
congrats to Yagog for winning 2-0.
Very nicely done.
And now I go play again.
And now
so-
we are in our best of 5 realm.
Indeed.
Would any of the 2 players that just played like to join me in commentary? All right, we got Yagog joining me on commentary. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you. That was very lucky. The first round that they went South Africa.
Yeah. Yeah, but that cleared out all the nerves, you know? So you were able to then
No, I was still.
do well. But yeah, now that we are in the next stage of our tournament, we have our semifinals and our finals. So we are going to be moving to an official world here, slightly different map. Potentially less information for our players as we go into this map. Or we're just going to get a straight up phone number, you know?
Oh yeah. it didn't have the classic, and I could not
Oh,
find it. I was
yeah.
like, "Where's my compass? Where's my compass?" Because I was practicing on a free alternative. That
Oh,
just has
yes,
the classics.
that is fair.
Yeah. So if you know your area codes, then there you go. I do not.
They just said that place was called Straight Up Tree Service. Tallahassee's got some straight up tree service for you if you live down there.
So we got Spanish here.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Never done this before.
No, you're good. And it looks like both players around the same spot here. Seuss maybe trying to line something up, trying to find more info here. But I don't think either player is going to be taking too much damage.
And so, how do you know this is Panama?
I think it's just because of the car. And I guess it's not Panama.
Ah.
I do believe both of those countries have similar cars. Yeah, I know, especially recently, there was some big news when Costa Rica was released. Yeah, Swoo's looking at the antenna there, immediately zooming into Cambodia and hoping that 78 doesn't know that. So we'll see if she is able to figure that out. This looks super dry, so.
Things like the car meta are the kinds of things that I just
Ooh.
have no
Yeah.
hope with. So I
Yeah,
don't
a
think
lot
I'm
of
gonna-
damage there from Swoos. We're going to need to see 7th. They try to need a chip away from Swoos here. We do have perhaps Brazil? I'm not entirely sure because the way that I equate Brazil is that it has U.S. road lines, but it's slightly redder.
Yes. That makes sense.
It looks like we're on a river, too.
Yeah, it definitely looks like South
And
America.
I mean, obviously, Brazil, the home of the
equatorial climate.
Amazon River, so there's definitely
Yeah.
a lot of rivers around there. We'll see if either player can figure that out. And yeah, it is. It is somewhere in the Amazon.
It would have been fun if it was Colombia.
But hey, it's a best of 5, so we are going to have some more matches. How do you feel about, the best of 5 coming up? Yeah, Swoos won that first game, so we'll see
Well,
how they do.
I feel like it doesn't matter. I'm going to lose to Swoops. That's kind of how I'm feeling about
All right,
it.
well, Queensland government, that's kind of obvious, so
I think
it'll be
it's
somewhere
Portugal.
in the state of Queensland. We'll see. Tambourine and Oxenford. Not sure where either of those are, but if either player can find it, it looks like both players trying to look for it. Looks like 7, 8. A little bit further away here.
A little bit south of Brisbane.
Yep. All right, Swoo's going.
Very quick Italy, guys.
Yeah.
Alpine part. Seems sensible.
Yep, we'll see where 7th Ace decides to go. Also pretty close to that. It's
Hedging
basically
for
right next to each
Slovenia.
other, yeah.
And it was San Marino. I had one of those in practice. It was like, oh, of course, San Marino. It can look like Alpine Italy because it is such a mountainous little country.
Yep. We do have New Zealand here, so we'll see if either player can determine which island. You can notice by the bollards, they hug around, the red hugs around the bollard compared to Australia, which is just a rectangle. So we'll see how 7th Ace goes. I noticed Swoops did guess somewhere or put their marker somewhere in New Zealand, so looks like both are going to be there. Just trying to figure out where exactly it is. All right, it was super far north in New Zealand. So chipping away here. Again, I think that is going to be 7th Ace's path to victory here. Seuss is going to be pretty close most of these rounds. So 7th Ace is going to just need to chip away little by little.
Yep, just survive, really. This is
All right,
another
Seuss
one.
immediately guessing Thailand.
Yeah, this is another one where it's like, could be Southeast Asia, could be South America.
For some reason, I thought Mexico, but you know.
Yeah, or Central.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
All right. Well, someone's getting big points here. Or yeah, it didn't matter. Yeah. Even if 7th Ace guessed, it would have been the other side of the world, which would have been like a couple points at best.
yeah. Those are tough.
Yep. Yeah, Swoosh going to be using some knowledge here to try to get those fast guesses in on those harder rounds. So what's your GeoGuessr experience? Did you just casually playing it?
Yeah, casually. Once it became paid, I refused to pay, so I
Yeah.
would play alongs.
Things are expensive nowadays, so you
yes.
know, by all means, don't subscribe. If you
free alternatives, you know.
Yeah.
So shout out. Am I allowed to shout out
Yeah,
alternatives?
yeah,
Shout
absolutely.
out Geotastic. That's the one I use because it's the one I found out about. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm talking over.
Hey, Swoosh just won. I mean,
Yes.
very close guess in Brazil there, so very nicely done from Swoosh, getting 2-0 lead in this best of 5. It's going to be a first to 3 here, so we will see how these players do. 7th Ace is going to need to claw back 3 games in a row. You know, Swoosh is the reigning champion of all of these last GeoGuessr tournaments, so we'll see how that goes. Were you a geography fan in general? Like,
Yes.
you just love geography?
It's little kid, I was looking at maps.
I
and
absolutely
learning
love geography,
capitals.
yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely me. And then I found out about GeoGuessr pretty early.
Yeah.
Actually, into its life. I started watching GeoWizard on YouTube,
Yep.
and I still like his play style more than the very meta-based. Oh,
Yeah.
you get this car in this country,
I
you get these
agree.
bollards. Unfortunately, obviously, if you know the bollards,
Then
that's a
you know
huge
where it is.
benefit.
Yeah.
It would if you could ban it like wobbling.
Yeah.
I think they would.
I do,
But you
yeah.
can't because it's just in the pictures.
Something I do like is I know Jake Lyons, who is a creator that really likes pinpointing, had like this tournament where it doesn't matter how long it takes you. If you were closer, then you would get the point. Or if you 5K'd faster, you would get the point, as opposed to just vibing out where things are. But yeah, looks like both players in Russia, but Russia, massive country, massive points.
Near St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
Surprising. Definitely looked more remote.
Yeah, both of them kind of even on points here, so we'll see where they end up going. Looks like we're near some sort of campsite or, you know, touristy area here.
Yeah, we got English language driving on the left.
One text can change your life forever. Don't text and drive, probably. But yeah, that is all in English, so I would assume probably Kenya.
Definitely looks like Africa.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume this is near some sort of national park of sorts, just because of the 5 buses that are all lined up. I don't think that would ever be in a remote area.
Susa's looking in Botswana, which I don't hate.
Yeah, we will see where they end up going here. And it is South Africa.
South Africa.
Right over the border from Seuss's guess. 46 points. And a dream. So, 1 round away, potentially. Looks like it was Iceland, I believe.
It looks a
It's
bit
just
like
very
Iceland, yeah.
dark. And obviously, with Iceland being pretty far up there, half of the year it's completely dark. So,
True. I'm surprised. There are a few trees. Sometimes you get these
Yeah.
very northern places, there's no trees at all.
yeah.
But I couldn't quite read the text. You're right. It's way harder to see on these.
Yeah.
From this point of view.
Yeah, obviously playing up there, we can see 4 times the size, so it's like a lot
Yes.
more difficult for us to see
Yep.
the shrunken in size. Looks
Very
like
big
7/8
monitors.
pretty far away here, and that is going to
That's
seal
gonna
it.
be it.
Very nicely done from Swoos.
All right, well, I'll turn it back over to Swoos for commentary, unless
Oh,
he's
yes.
playing next, is he?
I think you're next.
Look at that.
So very nicely done from Swoos. Yeah, we got Game It and Yegog. Seventh Days, would you like to commentate while Swoos is in the bathroom here? All right. All right, we're now joined by two players who can never beat Swoos. Yep, Yegog is good, and then Game It is going to be on the other side here, and we will see who ends up taking this to face Swoos in the grand finals.
Losing to Swoos is obviously the highest honor a person can
Yeah,
have, so
really.
that's really what we're looking for here.
If you lose to Swoos in the first round and Swoos wins, then you can say, well, I could have gotten second if I just had a better matchup. And yep, these players are ready to go in this best of 5.
So obviously, I don't know what you covered in the last one, but we
Yeah.
did have a map swap to the official
Yes, we
world
did.
rather than the information, informational world or whatever.
Yeah.
Identifiable. Got a big white truck driving on the right.
We got some, I think that's like more French, yeah. So
Yeah, definitely.
Senegal, obviously, controlled, conquered by France in the past of sorts.
Yes.
I don't know if Namibia was, but
Cover. Okay, cool.
yeah, we got Senegal here. Very nice guess going into this first round from Game It. We'll see how these players fare in these next few rounds.
Bridge over some water. Very sparse trees in this area.
This camera looks kind of not great quality either.
It's not great. No big signage to work off of.
I'm trying to look at these license plates. They look
It's a
kind of
tough
short.
ask. Ooh.
So if they are shortish, I would guess it was like super North Canada or like Alaska, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little bit lost on this one,
They're
but
very,
you know,
yeah,
Evan,
wispy birch trees here.
yeah, I would be going,
I feel like I would be
way
going
up
more
north.
yeah.
but
But obviously,
It's a
there's
good
not
guess.
a lot of coverage the more north you go. So
yeah, I think looks like we're getting Sweden versus Canada, and it was Finland.
Yeah,
That is a 2-round
two
knockout.
rounder. Yeah.
Game It.
All right,
takes
Game It taking
one.
game 1 here in this best of 5. Again, it is a best of 5. So first to 3, we'll see who ends up taking it in these next few rounds here.
All right, we've got very mountainous terrain. We've got what looks to be, I would say, Indonesian, possibly Malaysian. I'm not super understood of differences.
Yeah, this-
We do have the like black and white striped.
Let me just say that person's
side.
shirt has so much text on it. Like, I feel like you've got to be walking up close to them to be able to read that whole thing. This is like a paragraph on their shirt. And you know, props to the Google cameras for getting that much detail
Yeah.
on someone sitting on the road with their shirt. All right, we got one Philippines guess. I think the other one is Malay.
They're both putting it. Yeah.
Oh, Indo.
There we go.
Yeah, and it is Indo.
Yep. Way, way up north there on the far side of the. Is that the? That's not the Java Island, but far left one. Does that
I
say
think that's
that
Turkish because it has the
TR?
S with the
Yeah.
squiggly. on
Yeah,
the
I was
bottom.
looking for the TLD there. That
What I
was-
look for in Turkey is the water towers on top of the houses.
Oh, that's a good clue. That's a
Right.
good one. Oh yeah, there's the S squiggly there in the first
Yeah.
white text on that blue. So yeah, definitely looking at Turkey. It's a dry part of Turkey, so I'd be going kind of central west or central east rather. So I like Yegog's guess a good bit.
Yep. Yeah, they're definitely relying on this this one singular sign here to try to figure out where it is.
Okay, north.
And it is
Far northwest.
right under Istanbul.
Turkey's a tough one to kind of reach and guess
oh,
on.
absolutely.
It's
I
so
have so
tough.
much trouble there. 'Cause I know Turkey even has like snow coverage in some spots. It's very, very varying.
Yeah, and they recently expanded out east as well.
Yep, trying to find any information. Oh, yeah, all the signs look pretty far away here. So you're going to be relying a lot on the infrastructure, and unfortunately, I'm not an infrastructure expert.
Yeah, we've got that 6 CADE, C-A-D-D-E, which is not something I'm super familiar with. It feels very,
I like how there are 2 signs for 6 caddy.
Yeah.
They're like, the first sign wasn't working. Let's get a second sign in there.
It's very
Yeah, you've
grasslandy, not many trees around. I'm not.
Yeah, you've kind of got to reach a point where, okay, so I've been looking at this for a while. My opponent hasn't guessed. Should I guess? You know?
Yeah.
So you're trying to figure out, trying to play that game. Oh, you know, do I want to guess? Do I want to use the entire time here? Because maybe there's just a small thing that you don't notice that your opponent does notice. So we'll see where
One guess.
Yagog ends up going.
Yeah, one guess in Turkey, one guess in Romania. Good
It
guess
is
on Turkey is
mid-Turkey.
going to be a 3-round knockout from Game It to go up 2-0 in this best of 5.
And now, how did it feel when you were down 0-2? Did you feel any pressure?
Oh,
Or
no,
were you
absolutely
like, oh,
not.
I'm definitely gonna lose.
The goal was one game, and unfortunately didn't get that done.
Yeah.
However, you know, you took round 1, and there's like this, or the very first round did like 1,800 damage. There's this slight spark of hope. I'm like, just one, no.
Yeah, so maybe Yagog here not feeling too much pressure either. You know, just gonna be enjoying some GeoGuessr.
That's what we're here
It
for.
is, in fact, a fun game. You know, I mean, I'm a big fan of geography.
It's a lot of fun. Like, if you're just interested in seeing different parts of the world and just looking around, it's very interesting to just recognize differences. Fuera Boras.
Yep, La Nautica.
This feels like Spain, and that probably has a region. I wonder if that's
It
a
does,
regional
but that
flag up
license
north.
plate looks weird.
Was it a Euro plate? It looks kind of tough to see when we're not.
It's kind
the
of
ones
hard to see the
looking.
blue. Southern Sun,
There's-
so I mean, it definitely, I mean, it's definitely
go.
Europe somewhere.
I like
we got-
north. Yeah, I like the northwest guess a little bit. Those trees are probably very indicative. Northeast over in the Catalan region.
Yeah. And not that much damage either way in this first round, so we'll see how these preceding rounds go.
All right.
Yeah, that looks
Looks
like
tie.
tie. Yep.
Yeah. Fun fact, tie is what Swiss learned for last GeoGuessr
And
competition.
fun fact, in the last 6 months, Swoosh forgot tie.
I think was there a flag down the street? Yeah. Tie flags everywhere in Thailand.
Because I remember Swoosh was telling me, oh, from the last 2 characters, you can kind of generally figure out where things are. And then this event, Swoosh was like, yeah, I kind of forgot.
Turns out not regularly used information. Way out
Oh,
east
yeah,
in Thailand.
you know, maybe you don't read tie every day, so it becomes a lot more difficult to read, which totally makes sense.
So here's my pitch idea. Duolingo for GeoGuessrs. We need to learn
Only street and like,
street,
yeah,
road.
yeah. All right, we got zone, the European universal word for the speed limit. So we'll see where this ends up being. So an initial placement in Belgium. I am not sure where this would be, honestly. There's just so little info here.
That zone, the font feels like it was Italy, but nothing about this otherwise feels Italy.
This looks very canal-like,
Yeah.
so like I feel like it's got to be somewhere with a lot of water.
I feel like that.
Yeah, they're like somewhere like that looks a lot better.
Thankfully, Italy has no places known for their canal.
Yeah. All right.
Good guess in Belgium.
Nice
job.
Belgium.
Good call on that early, Richard.
Half HP here, so we'll see. You know, Yagog having a little bit of work to do, and we'll see if you can with Madonna doing
Madonna
a show
concert.
here. That's actually kind of big because Madonna's not going to go to a small city, right? Like Madonna's definitely got to go to a pretty big city.
You know, you might, but she's got such pull from such a distance. It could be that you need those posters. They'd be on big billboards.
All right, so if there are any Madonna fans and you looked at her tour schedule, you might know where this is.
So you can see that says Sabota and 2300. So that's probably a time and possibly a date. So if you know dates in most European languages, I'm sure that's common
Yeah.
enough. You could really lock
Yeah,
this
Madonna
down.
doing us a solid by giving us some info here in this round. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely guess near some big city. All right, we're gonna try to look at the graffiti here. See, where I don't think Madonna's gonna be playing in Russia anytime soon.
It was
Serbia, Belgrade probably is where she had a show, I would assume. All right, I guess check out Madonna's Eastern European tour coming up soon.
Coming up soon whenever Google went over there.
Yeah, whenever Google did this.
Me when I take the Google camera into the Madonna concert.
Yeah, Game It trying to look at the year here, trying to see maybe some information as to when this coverage was released. I didn't get to see it.
Long big blur on the car here, yellow center lines, white outside. Sun is almost directly overhead, slightly
Yeah,
south.
I was initially thinking like South America of some sort.
That's, you know, we famously do not have a good track record in
Yeah,
South
I
America,
know.
but I think that's, I'm agreeing
Yeah.
with you a little.
I would guess
bit.
Argentina or something. I have no clue.
Is that a black car kind of blur? If you kind of look, that could
Uh,
indicate. Ugh.
Oh, that's gray. Didn't
Uh,
one of the
could
new
be
countries
something.
have some gray? Like Paraguay had some gray? I don't know what Paraguay will look
Oh,
like.
Paraguay is actually a very solid guess. I actually really like that. I forget that Paraguay exists now. Again,
Oh,
another
yeah.
late 2025 edition. Both players do seem a little unsure of their guess. One in
Definitely,
Nigeria, one in Kenya.
I don't think this is. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, that's why they're in this
yeah,
round
that's
and
why
not
we're
us.
here.
Yeah. So very nice Kenya guess.
All
And a
right.
very nice victory there from Game It.
Very good.
Congratulations. And now, the moment everyone's been waiting for. Are we doing a third place match? Oh.
Oh,
I didn't
cool.
realize. All right, well,
right.
Swoos didn't tell me that. So we do have a
right.
third place match coming up. I got played. I got played. Well, yeah, nobody cares about the first. We know Swoos is going to win. Right?
That's not true. I don't want that confidence.
All right, we got Yagog versus 7th Ace here. Is this a best of 5?
Yes.
Okay, this is a best of 5.
Yeah, I didn't mention it earlier, but we are on a different map. This is an official world, which is slightly harder. Less, like, more urban locations. You get more rural ones, which you've already seen, so let's see how they do.
All right, best of luck to both players.
Yep.
And we're going to have them get started here.
Let's get them going. All right. Where are we first? Nowhere. All right.
We got a cable stay bridge here.
This is all right. This is DR. I was waiting for the car. I knew there was some sort of car meta here. If this was either Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic or something, but we saw this one earlier. This is the Dominican Republic car. This should be 5Kable, honestly.
I mean, there's not that many
Yeah,
large
there's not that many
bridges like
bridges.
this. Like, this is definitely some notable place where they would connect
Unfortunately,
these
neither
places together.
player will get it.
70's just picking a bridge in Panama here.
It's a bridge of Panama, but you know, we'll be closer. Probably about 1,500, 2,000 points, maybe.
Yep,
yeah.
2,000.
So
All right, it looks like.
it's something, but could have been a 5K, honestly. SMH players not 5King everything. All right, this one,
Some Eastern Europe somewhere.
Finland. You have 5 on the pedestrian walkway sign, so it's not going to be like Russia or something.
'Cause Russia's 3.
Right. Does Serbia make sense here? I don't know, actually. Perhaps it does. It does have an Eastern European vibe, so you know, Serbia could work. I didn't really get a chance to see what that text was on that sign, so maybe Seventh Ace had a better insight on that than I did. Yeah, it was just Serbia.
All right,
So
very
must
nice.
possibly saw something on that sign. That makes sense.
Yep.
But
All right, 2 rounds in, and yeah, we got a flawless so
Oh.
far. But now
There's a
we have no.
dog.
Oh,
very
cute.
important dog. Black car, short plates, and that's it.
Yeah, but we got a puppy. All right,
Lot of-
that's what matters.
A lot of pine trees here is weird with a black car, and it could just be Argentina. That doesn't really look like a typical Argentina short plate because you usually have a black dot in there.
Yeah.
But what are your other options here?
Yep, we're definitely trying to look at the sun here,
Unless
but
there- unless
it is
there's
obscured
somewhere-
by clouds.
Yeah, unless there's somewhere like in Peru that looks like this. Because Chile...
There's so many trees here, though.
Yeah, Chile typically doesn't have a black car. Uruguay does. I don't know. Maybe. That honestly makes more sense than what I've been throwing out. So we'll see. Or could just be some weird Argentina. It should be it, actually, regardless. It was, yeah, it was Uruguay.
Right on the
just on the
border.
other coast. But that's game 1 for Seventh Ace.
Yep, and
So we move rapidly into game 2.
yeah, they're just clicking right in, and they want to get this game underway.
All right. Ooh, very snowy
Very
here.
snowy.
Any info? Barely. Saint something. That looks like a Belgian sign. And the rest of the vibe makes sense for Belgium. Otherwise, I would have thought maybe Netherlands or something, but they're right next to each other. So
There's a. I feel like I've never seen like a checkered like crossing
yeah, that is
like that.
that's interesting.
I'll see.
It's a raceway actually. That's the finish line. No, yeah, this should just be somewhere in Belgium.
Saint B.
Saint B.
Elgium.
Saint Bernard.
Saint B. Elgium.
Yeah, Saint Belgium. That's how you know. Another player making a guess. Seventh Ace pointing towards.
Now these ballers also look
Czechia.
different. Usually they're like white with.
Yeah,
something.
those are interesting. I don't really know if that's like a common difference in the bollards, but
I mean, I guess it works when it's snowing. You can see these a lot easier.
true.
so-
Yeah, Seventh Ace going Czechia. Yagog looking at Switzerland or Italy. Just clicking where snow is.
It's not. Yeah,
It's
it
not-
is not hilly here.
It is not the
so-
middle of the Alps, unfortunately. It was Denmark.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. No
All
longer
the way
Saint
up there.
Belgium, Saint
Yeah.
but Denmark.
Yeah.
Makes sense though.
Yeah, it was quite flat there.
I mean, with this red, I think you just go, oh, English. Interesting. I was going to say Thailand or Cambodia.
Well, I mean,
but
could that?
I guess it still
could that
could.
be Portuguese? Is this?
The houses do not
The
look like
houses don't
Brazil.
look- okay.
There's a chance this is Cambodia and they just use English for like a resort or something. But
So it'd probably be near a
Seventh Ace-
populated place then. Right?
yeah, Seventh Ace going Cambodia, which makes sense given how red it is and you're driving on the right. Yeah, got going for the tried and true Kenya. Still not paying off. It was Cambodia. just coastal town. That makes sense why you would see some English there and not the Cambodian language. Ooh, very pretty. Round
Yeah,
here.
gorgeous. Is this like
Should be.
Argentina?
This looks like Norway, I think.
Oh, okay.
Just these big like mountains.
Massive mountains.
Yeah, Seventh Ace looking at Norway. I don't know how far north you go here. I do like this guess of just like the western area.
Yeah,
Very
there's obviously
specific
some
guess
sort
from
of
Seventh
valley
Ace.
of
Is this the
sorts.
5K? No. I don't hate the guess. North Norway is hard to get. A lot of the times you just have like no not infrastructure, no like
Info?
tree height. Like the trees are very small. The trees there were fairly large, so difficult guess. Another red soil around. This one could be a little bit more Brazil, perhaps, but doesn't really feel right. I didn't really get a good look at the polls, but yeah, that checks out for Brazil. Something's going for Eswatini, and it was very, very western Brazil.
I feel like there's not that much coverage over there.
I got them swapped up.
Some of these did
Yep,
get Brazil
70
here, so
getting the other next victory here in this best of 5.
we are up 2-0.
Now coming into the third game.
Third game, possibly final for the third
For third place,
here. Yeah. Let's see what we get. First one looks India. That looks that might not be India. That might be just Cambodia.
I do see the flag there.
Yep, Cambodia makes sense. I just saw bad camera quality and think India, but yeah, Cambodia 100% here. Will both players get it? Yeah, looking at Vietnam, close.
It's definitely
but
not Vietnamese,
exact. Yeah,
but
right on the border. It almost is a little bit more when you get into Vietnam. So close enough. Next up, we have Uruguay again. Based on the road lines and the general overcast coverage, the big bulky posts that the signs are on, and that's about it.
Something
So,
I did learn about Uruguay was most of the coverage just so happened to be when it was cloudy.
yeah. Yep, so 7th ace getting Uruguay here. I don't know the right road, but maybe that's it. Who knows? Let's see where Uruguay goes. Looking in Colombia. This could be decent damage. Solid guess.
Yeah.
3,800, 1,000 more. Almost there. As we get something. What is this?
We do, in fact, have something.
This is
we
something.
are somewhere.
Good call. This could be Mexico? Mexico kind of makes sense here.
Add some sort of highway junction here.
Yeah, it looks built up like an American interstate maybe.
Yeah, interestingly enough, there are not that many cars here. So.
Yeah, and with all the brick infrastructure or architecture and infrastructure, Mexico makes more sense, and you can kind of see some Spanish graffiti and stuff. But yeah, it says La Banda there, so yeah, Mexico makes sense. Maybe just near Mexico City, honestly, because there's not really any notable mountains nearby or anything. So click population / capital.
Pyre.
Yeah, so that's what 7th ace does. What is Yega going to do? Going Peru. This might be it. It was Argentina.
Oh,
wow.
Argentina.
Very interesting.
All right. Well, we're chipping away here.
Yeah, that
7
one
ace
was
health.
the. I know immediately I looked at the sun and it was just straight up. So there was really no way of knowing what direction that was. So high noon in that one. Interesting.
Sun's
location.
straight west here.
Yeah. Oh, another really rural location.
There's nothing.
That's the main difference between this map and the other one we were playing on. This one's got hard locations in it. So
literal nothing.
yeah. 7th ace going Brazil. I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like this dirt is not red.
Maybe. I have no idea.
Yeah, we'll see if Yegog knows.
It is not going to be Kenya, I'll tell you that much. It is Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Non-overcast Uruguay. But
Sunny
that's still
Uruguay.
enough to do it. So congratulations to 7th ace for
nicely
getting
done.
3rd place.
Congratulations on your 3rd place finish, 7th ace.
And now...
Renamed to 3rd ace now. And now we have our grand finals. This is going to be a best of 5 between Swoos and Game It. Best of luck. Oh, sweet. Yes, congratulations on your 3rd place victory, 7th ace. How do you
Thank you.
feel?
That felt good. I don't know why I can't put decent guesses up like that against Swoos. They emit some aura that just turns my brain into Sri Lanka on somewhere that's...
Hey, a lot of those rounds were a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
So really good on you to get that.
Yeah, those last rounds felt like I could find exactly one piece of reaching guess, whether it's a black car or the Serbian flag on a little pole or whatever. But yeah, Game It versus Swoos for the finals.
All right, we are in a very mountainous region.
Sun in the north. This probably, as I kind of like from Swoos, looks like southern Chile. One of my favorite just parts of the world. It is so unbelievably pretty.
I thought southern Argentina when you had guessed to the like the Norway one. That was super far north. But yeah, we'll see where Game It thinks it is.
A good thing to know for trying to guess north-south is size of trees, especially their height. This is a just gravel road, really far
Both
south,
players
and
close.
way south in Chile.
Yeah, only 200 points here for Swoos.
Yeah, a little chip damage, but
Or for
nothing major.
Demon, rather.
Ooh, more snow coverage.
Yeah. I feel like these last few games, like yours and this one, we've had more snow than we've seen all night.
It is just like the West US this year. What? Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see.
Like-
Swoos, does Swoos know this road, perhaps?
yeah, he's got a friend that lives just down the street. I think it's a solid guess. Very flat region, not a whole lot looking for it. Sun off to the north. Not a ton of places it could be.
Yep, we do see, and not an official guess yet, so maybe Swoos is also kind of uncomfortable with this. And Game It going to get that guess in, so now the time is down on Swoos,
Ooh.
and very close guess.
Very solid guess there from Game It, up about 1,150 points or so, halfway through the non-multiplier rounds.
Yep, and now we are going to be looking at this pole here, the square-shaped pole. Sun is in the south. Northern Hemisphere. Where in the Northern Hemisphere are we?
Only a few regions in the northern hemisphere, a couple continents. I think it could be really on
See a
any one
water
of them.
tower there, water tower
Yeah.
there. I would just guess Turkey.
Turkey
but-
time.
Okay.
Swoos going for an Albania guess. Might have seen something that gave them a little bit more confidence in that.
Yeah. I don't think it's Hungary.
Oh
And
my
nicely
goodness.
done from Swoos.
Evens this game up with a very good Albanian guess there. That was really impressive.
Yeah, now we are in a very populated area, so a lot of information. We're not going to see these players guess very quickly at all. They want to take in as much info as they can because
Ooh,
obviously there can be some sort of, city or town or something here.
If you know Polish, you can get this one. Poland identifiers definitely being that L with a cross, like a little dash across it. And you also have in that distance the yellow signs with the thin red borders. Those are unique to Poland. But good luck with going for a
Yeah.
city here. Good news, Poland has good signage, but we don't get to see it
Yeah,
here.
we are unfortunately not close enough to a major road to be able to see anything that may indicate where you are.
Yeah.
So both players kind of clicking in the middle here. Not much
Yeah.
damage going to be done.
Yep, just going to progress us towards the multiplier rounds. Way out there, way out to the east in Poland. I feel like that's a less common area to get, but yeah, multiplier rounds.
All right. Melbourne Street. So it's definitely not Melbourne, because why would they name one in that actual city? Unless Swoos knows something that I don't.
Well, Swoos immediately
very,
goes directly in for Melbourne,
All right.
but I don't think so.
I feel like most cities wouldn't name their own streets after where they're at. They're like, oh yeah, we're the Melbourne
We're the
Street.
best. We've got Seattle Street in Seattle. I don't know if that exists.
We're on Pittsburgh Street right now.
No, they'll name it after us, GDQ Street. All right, we've got a guess in southern, like NSW, and one from Swoos up north. Swoos
Brisbane.
recognizes, I would imagine, the power poles there and absolutely
Yeah,
slams
20
that
points.
guess.
20 points off a perfect score. Couldn't get much better than that. Did I see no plate on that car?
Okay, we do have Spanish, Pública y Servicios.
We also have Argentine.
Yeah, that would be an important clue, yes. Slightly better than Spanish.
Now it is a kind of a rural road because there's no actual pavement anywhere. So, yeah, I would expect.
I'm kind of feeling a little farther south on
Yeah.
this one.
I would feel further away from Buenos Aires, but
Let's see. I
But
feel
yeah.
like that area up to the northeast is a lot more forested, kind of like that southeastern portion of Brazil.
I know that part that juts in between Paraguay and Uruguay. That's super forested. I know that.
Yeah.
And it
What
looks
do I
like
know?
Both players. That's why they're in the finals.
You're entirely correct there. That was a very solid region guess. I would have been
Yeah.
completely obliterated. That was in Federal Argentina.
Zeus 500 points away from victory here in not Japan, it's Taiwan actually, just because of the lines on the poles. Again, Japan has the vertical up and down lines. These swirly ones are Taiwan. And the more mountainy it is, obviously, the eastern part is basically not super uninhabitable, but more uninhabitable than the west part. So,
Yeah. I like the eastern guesses you kind of pointed out there.
Yeah.
I think there's
as you can see
a
on
lot
the
of
map,
good.
it is super hilly on all of that part of Taiwan. So, 53 damage, still alive. Again, with a 3 times multi. If there is a very rural round that's like a 50-50 and Swiss gets it wrong, then it still can be its game to win.
Yeah, you have to hope for something like spawn into Russia and just
And hope.
hope it's Bosnia. 3x multiplier on this, so it only takes 1,600 damage to knock out Spoos here, but it'll take less than 160 to knock out Game It.
Yeah, I do not see like any information here. We're in the middle of a street. There's just a number there. So it's kind of mousing around this whole Mediterranean region, so kind of uncomfortable for both players.
Yeah, trees definitely look very Mediterranean, very leafy. You don't see a lot of the like olive-style trees and short little shrubs, but got to guess in what, southern France?
Yep, and
Ooh,
it is
it's
Italy.
over in Italy. That's
so-
the third one we've had over
Hey,
there.
half a
Big
Swiss
damage.
health here. This is what we were thinking, is you just need a couple of these where you're in the middle of a street, you don't see any street signs.
Oh, bars on
Uh-oh.
cars.
Yep, we do see info here, and it looks like Swiss going in for a fast guess, hoping the game it does not know the area or the car. So we'll see.
809 area code will give it away even if you don't know the car meta. It tells you that you are
We are in-
in the North American numbering system, and it
Yep.
being 809 is Dominican
Very
Republic.
nicely done.
49.90 for 10K.
10,000 damage. Swiss taking this first game here in this best of 5. And we are going to be going into our second game and see if Game It can, again, get to those multis, try to get one good round off of Swiss and get the victory that way.
That's how you got to do it against an opponent that is very, very good.
Prin. 2026.
2026.
That's this year. Happy 2026, everyone.
Have a great 2026. Lima. That does just say Lima.
Well, you know, there is one Lima that we all know. But that means
The
that's
beam.
going
The
to
beam.
Lima, so this is actually not in Lima.
Yeah,
the
it's-
bus is en route to there.
Someone looking in Cusco. Wow.
Wow, nicely done. Yeah, I guess buses from everywhere go to Lima. So
The all roads lead to Rome of South America, if you
Yeah.
will. Blessing Mart.
get your blessings here.
That's what I'm looking for. And both of them are looking in the same region in Indonesia.
and wow.
Both of them are similarly wrong,
Yep,
as
it's
I
over
think
in
a lot of us would be.
Sulawesi.
Indonesia, I think, is one of the hardest countries in the entire game.
Absolutely.
It's huge. There's so many different places. It's nasty.
All right, let's.
Oh, there's
take
a couple
look-see.
places this could be, but it's definitely Europe and that kind of pointy, that arid sign.
So he's trying to look at the
Seems
plates here.
interesting.
And a game it going into Turkey.
Alpha Commerce.
North
You-
Macedonia for Swiss.
You can get roads like this in mainland. These highways with the guardrails on the side, that's what they're called, are not uncommon in a lot of Central Europe. So it's not a bad guess. It's, do we recognize Islas right there? Does that give any clues?
Yeah, game it with the guess, and we'll see where Swiss ends up going here.
Looking intently and does get
Serbia.
a little closer with that Serbia guess. Evens it back up again, just under 5,000 health a player.
All right, we are in Eastern Europe of sorts.
This is Almost certainly
yes.
Kazakhstan
Yeah.
with the
car.
Eastern European and the car. Yes. You will not get that much car visible in Russia as of right now.
All right, both players next to each other. Not much damage going to be done as we go into our first round of a 1.5 times multiplier.
50 points apart for their health going into it. And
Zigzag, that's a player. Zigzag's a player.
He's very good. One of the
If
best.
he played in this tournament, Swoosh would
Oh.
lose for sure.
Zigzag, come to GDQ, please. I appreciate Swoosh. They do a great job of putting this on. But the era must end at some point.
Yeah.
Cyrillic language, little aerial on the car. You would notice I zoom into that. I have no idea what it means, but it does exist.
For some reason, I thought like these houses are like more like Eastern Russia, like above Mongolia type houses.
My favorite clue for the East is,
Yeah, like this is where Game It's thinking is what I was thinking.
yeah.
But it is on the other side of Kazakhstan. 3,000
Yeah.
points of damage.
As I was saying, favorite clue for the East is they actually drive. They have the steering wheel on the right in
Ah,
Russia.
yes.
A lot of Japanese import cars. Looks very northern here.
Yeah, short outer lines is Sweden, right? And then long outer lines is Norway, I
Yeah.
believe.
If you're getting this far in Norway, you're not getting flat terrain whatsoever. So I do like your Sweden guess a lot. But I would be going way up north,
yeah, I
close to
have,
where it meets with Finland.
Yeah,
Swiss
we'll
is
see.
going,
Kind of southish.
yeah, kind of in the central area.
Game It, Click and Coast of Sweden,
you
and
know.
Swoosh knows more than we do.
We sh
300
They
points
sure
of
do.
damage to go in the second game.
They simply are built different. All right, do we remember what that sign is, everybody? Yellow sign with thin red outlines is going to give us a Poland guess, but this has functionally no other information.
Yeah, so we'll see how each player goes. We have a smallish lake to our southeast-ish.
Okay. All right, am I wrong? Is this not
Maybe
thin
there's
red
a deer
lines?
crossing that's specific.
Do you know every deer? Do you
Yeah, I
think
know every
Swoosh
deer
knows?
on Earth.
All right, Maybe I'm just
not
wrong.
Sure. Not sure. I mean, both players are near each other, so gonna be a wash here in terms of
Okay.
the points, right? Oh, maybe not.
Ooh, just alive.
Oh, 200 points to go.
A little bit of a missed opportunity there. I feel like that is
Yeah.
that is a clue that both these players should know and see. Del Monte.
All right, the good old US of
America!
A. I mean, the US is massive, so Swoosh gonna need to get a close guess here. Otherwise, you know, Swoosh still can lose this round.
3x damage again. 1600 is the key. Fun guesses or fun things in the U.S. License plates, the trash cans, very useful actually. Sometimes they have the city.
Now there are no fronts here,
yeah.
so that's definitely in the south somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like anywhere from Southern California to the New Mexico region. However, not having front plates does cut that down, at least out of California, or they're just illegal.
Or both of those cars drove here.
It is at
Trying
least
to find
somewhat
any
green.
more info here.
Yeah.
There's really not too much.
No, the
I mean, the
I think
sun-
maybe one clue right there, and it's very niche, is that there's no area code on that phone number there. So it could be a slightly less dense region.
Yeah, Susan, Arizona, and ooh, very nice.
Las
design.
Cruces.
All right, Swoosh with 2 points here in our best of 5. Swoosh is 1 game away from winning.
Without dropping a game
Yes.
for the second GDQ in a row.
Yeah. It's
Got
it's now up to Game It to get some lucky guesses, and not gonna help when you have a lot of signs around you.
Looks
Is this like Hong Kong or something?
I was wondering if it's going to be Hong Kong, but I don't think we have the colored taxis for it. I think this is just a clean Taiwan guess. I don't think there's enough indicators for Macau or Hong Kong, the two kind of territories that use this
Yeah.
coverage.
Macau would definitely have some Portuguese elsewhere as well.
Yeah.
Looks like Swoosh might be looking for the street here.
Yeah, visited there last year on vacation.
Ooh. All right. Game trying to look at the sun
fun.
for a second, but not sure if that's going to help here. I mean, it does look like there's not going to be that much points, so.
Can get up to 1,000-ish in Taiwan if it's 5K versus 4, which
Yeah.
is kind of the scenario we're in right now. I want to know what Swoosh is saying with the Kaohsiung guess there.
Yeah, it looks like both.
Oh, there it is. There it is
Oh.
on the gray sign to the far left. Yeah.
All right.
5,000 points for Swoosh. Perfect
Yeah,
guess.
16 yards away. First 5K of the night.
In the finals, in the last
And
game.
potentially the last game.
You know, I am being a little presumptive here.
All right, we saw a yellow
That's
plate
impressive.
there. We see a mixture of yellow. Could this be New York State, perhaps? Yes.
Sure.
Swoosh, zooming in on New York State. Swoosh went to school in upstate New York, as did I, at RIT.
Recognize
So-
a 516 area code up there.
I'm not sure, but it looks like both players zooming in. Did I just miss Long Island somewhere? Does it say Long Island?
It might be the 516. Unsure.
I mean, both of them here. So, again, not too many points, but hey, maybe we can get a double 5K. That'd be kind of cool.
That would be incredible, actually.
But yeah, the previous New York license plates here had a little bit of blue, so that's why there were a couple of blue ones sprinkled in with these yellow plates. I do believe they changed their plates again recently. Oh,
My goodness. 49.98 for both of them. Hitting them with the emotes. Here we go.
One's one block ahead of the other. They're walking towards the 5K here.
Oh, literally no damage dealt, but pushing us closer to that
now-
multiplier.
We had all the information in the world, and now we have no information.
Yeah, I could not wager a guess very well. Swoosh has, though, dropping it in northern Colombia.
Yeah, very fast Colombia from Swoosh here. Probably trying to put the pressure on after those close guesses, and
Cool.
it's Sri Lanka.
Cool. Also, 0 damage. I want to point out they got 2 this round and 49.98
Yeah.
both last round, so that's a
That's a
5K.
total, yeah.
There you go.
Very nice. Very nice 5K.
Double 5K, just
Yeah.
as you said.
All right, office and school supplies here. So we got English speaking.
It's a lot of information on that.
Yep, Swoosh already into the Philippines here. Oh, you can see probably under JCG printing services, whatever that last part of it is, the address.
Yeah. Shouldn't be all the information that's necessary, but Philippines is somewhat hard to search everything out on.
Ilocos Norte,
Norte? Yeah, north.
but Ilocos,
Yokos.
is that a city perhaps?
Very possibly, but again, there are so many cities in the Philippines all over the place. It can be very difficult to find them in a lot of places. There's
Yeah.
another confirmation on Ilocos Norte.
Yep, Swoosh maybe just trying to look. I guess both players now know that they have as much information as the other person. They've had plenty of time to look, so it's whoever's better at scanning at this point. And again, since this is pre-multis, it's not going to be dealing too much damage either way. So both players still going to be in it after this, and it'll just be a matter of how much damage is dealt.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anybody's quite able to find it so far. 30 seconds left maximum for this round. So it might just be better to go for a region guess here, which is, I find, very difficult in the Philippines.
Yep.
Swoosh is going to be content up, and after almost 2 minutes of effort,
80 damage.
incredible. Good safe guesses. Going to push us now into the multiplier rounds.
I think I saw a holy pole of sorts there. Was that a Brazil
Couple
pole,
holes.
perhaps?
Sun's in the north, or sun is.
There's a massive smudge
south.
right there on the camera, right there.
Good players will
Not
know.
sure. Yeah, not sure if that'll be indicative of anything. I did.
Well,
I did
sun-
believe that was a Brazil pole.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, sun's in the south, so it shouldn't be too far south in Brazil. I like this
yeah.
kind of northeast region.
Again, those poles are kind of obscured by trees a little bit, but yeah, this is definitely a hard one. Yep, looking in the northern hemisphere right below. Oh,
No.
yeah. Game, it's definitely questioning. It's like, well, I see that pole, but there's not that much coverage up there. So
I think that kind of cactus doesn't feel Brazilian, maybe. Maybe, but the pole, I don't know the power poles very well, so I am trusting. Ooh,
yeah,
Getting
I guess
divergence.
Game it looking at Spain here.
kind of
perhaps?
trusting that. Kind of trusting it.
I feel like Mexico's the place that has the most cacti.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
But I feel like this pole is not Mexico.
I want to go.
Oh, maybe Game it thinking Portugal because of
Yeah.
its relation.
There
But
it
yeah,
is,
Smooth,
northeast
very
Brazil.
nice guess. Yeah, I think the sun definitely played a part in
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
Very nicely done from Swoosh. Congratulations.
Your second time GDQ champion, Swoosh.
Third
time
time.
GDQ champion, Swoosh. My mistake, everybody.
But yeah, we'll get Swoosh up here for some words.
Yippee!
How do you feel about your victory, Swoosh?
Good. I'm happy I got the only 5Ks in the tournament. I got 2 of them back to back, so that was cool.
And you got a 4998. How do you feel about that one?
Yeah, that was one of the easier ones. That was the Dominican Republic one. You had the car with the bars that I mentioned like twice already, and then you had a hill north, which is just that region in DR. So yeah, that was there were some weird ones in there, but overall that was not too bad.
Yeah, congratulations on your victory. Now this marks the 3rd victory that you've had.
Thanks.
How do you feel about continuing on with the GeoGuessr tournaments and GDQs? What do you have to say to prospective contestants, players?
It's fun. It's definitely a thing where the skill cap is like immensely high. Like I mean, I've been playing the game for a couple of years now, and I'm like, the skill gap between me and like pro players is, I don't know, 300 miles. So there's so much more to do, and it's fun to get into if you care at all about geography and stuff like that. But yeah, cool stuff. Came in pretty bit under time. I estimated 3 hours. This was 2.5, so did well. Thanks to everyone who entered and is in the audience and hanging out and did commentary and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll have an event, or I'll have a tournament next event probably, unless I'm not there, which that would be bad. So yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, bye.
Goodbye. Enjoy GDQ.
And yeah, goodbye.